Hello everyone. The next day we went to Grotta Gigante cave after lunch. It takes 50 minutes to reach the cave from Miramar. We reached there around 2 pm. Here the ticket price was €15 per adult person. The Museum of Speleology is near the cave. Besides the various paleological, geological and paleontological finds, it also includes some valuable archaeological pieces and a poster collection of the cave. There was a slot from 3 pm to 4 pm to see the cave. We had to wait in this waiting room about 40 minutes. Grotta Gigante is a giant cave on the Italian side of the Trieste karst. Its central cavern is 107 meter high, 65 meter wide, and 130 meter long, putting it in the 1995 Guinness Book of Records as the world's largest snow cave. This record was broken in 2010 when the La Verna cave in the southwest of France was opened to the tourists. The cave contains many large stalactites and stalagmites, many of exceptional beauty. A feature of stalagmites is their disc pile appearance formed by water dropping from up to 80 meters above and depositing calcium. The cave was first explored by Antonio Federico Lindner in 1840.
But in this, our region, the karst of Trieste, that it extends a little in Slovenia too, we have thousands and thousands of caves. And it's happened because we have a special type of rock, limestone rock. As you can see, limestone create naturally some fracture inside. And so the fracture are a way to the water to go down very easily. And in millions of years, the water make them wider and wider, creating tunnel, caves, and pit. In a certain way, we are walking down through a path created by the water in the millions of years. But those fractures are very problem for the city and for our region because here we have not so much upper river, but we have underground river in the rock. So it's a little bit different to have water in outside instead of have water into the rock. And when the city was under the Austrian period, the city was growing very, very fast, and they were looking for water. And looking for water, they decided to explore some caves they already knew. And this cave was explored for the first time in 1840. After many studies, they decided to open the cave to the public, and it happened in 1908. And it happened because they find out free entrances at all for this cave. The first entrance, it was the exit, the today exit of the cave, and the second one we find out it's a bit from our garden that it arrives here in this hall. Okay, it's a little uncomfortable to come here through this one because through now one you have to use rope and another technology that we are usually used from a speleo person. And the third entrance they discover is the today entrance, so it's very comfortable to go down with the path more comfortable, the most comfortable way possible. And yes, they make from this moment the cave touristic. A little curiosity is that are the staircase. As you can see, you see some track of the railway. So those tracks were donated from the interior, from Austria to city of Trieste, sorry, from my land. Okay, and yes, they built the path using this track. Okay, do you have some question? No, okay, wonderful. See you soon. Don't run behind me, obviously. I will. Front of this big room, you can see this big room, okay, that compound this cave. And you have to imagine this big room all dark because in nature, okay, the cave has to be all dark because a cave, what is it? A cave. A cave is a place where a man can down very easy if the cave is huge enough, okay, big enough to let the man enter. And yes, here in nature doesn't arrive the sun because okay, it's a place where the sun doesn't arrive. And for the touristic activity, we have put the light to light the place to see the things, to the wonderful.
Its available space and the constant temperatures throughout the year have led to the placement of scientific instruments, including the two Grotta Gigante horizontal pendulums which hang down from about 100 meters and are the longest geodetic pendula in the world.
Sembra che ci sia della luce del sole, in realtà no, non è luce del sole, è l'ennesima lampada che illumina la grotta e dovete immaginarvi calarvi da lassù con una grotta, sì, con una grotta, ciao, con una corda in canapa seduto su uno sgabello di legno e in mano avere soltanto una candela cercando di illuminare questa enorme stanza che si aspettava un pozzo, he was expecting a well. Però trova questa enorme stanza. È un And before I said the first man came down looking for some water. Okay. And he came down through this hole, it seems like it's daylight. It's not daylight. Daylight is another lamp, okay? And from this highness, he came down with a rope in Canada, sitting on a trunk, and his hand, he was holding only a candle, trying to illuminate this big room, okay, a little bit armed. He was expecting a pit, but he found out this big room. It's a little different to go down through a pit, because in a pit maybe you can touch the rock around you. In a very big room, it's very, very impressive. And he was looking for water. He didn't find anything because the water here went away millions of years ago through another fracture. The river chose another way to flow, more underground, and it was a sea. But sometimes you can feel some drop on your head because the rain go down through the fracture we saw before. And the rain is a little acid, so melt the rock, and melting the rock collect on water and the white film. And the white film is the new mineral information, and the wet environment is the sign of the dropping. The flow of this one and the others, okay, is very, very slowly. We are talking about 1 millimeter every 20 years. So it's very, very slowly. I don't know how old are you. I'm 25, so if I were a stalagmite, I would be only 1 millimeter, very tiny as I am in reality. But as a stalagmite, very, very tiny. You can notice the shape of this one. It's like a pile of dishes, a pancake, because between this one and the ceiling, we have almost 100 meters of important person for this cave. He was studying the most of the cave. This stalagmite, our Ruggero, is tall 12 meters high, and its age is around 200,000 years. Very, very old. And if you look at the surface, you see some drop. The sign of this big one is still growing. And in the middle, you see there's beautiful white tubes we have here. Those tubes are two sensitive instruments that we can use to measure all the movements of the Earth. We know about the movement of the Earth, sorry for my shoulder, okay? Only when we have an earthquake, but it's not true at all because the Earth moves every time because the crust is on the mantle and the mantle is not solid. It's like a budino, okay? And the crust moves on the mantle. We can record and study this movement with this pendulum we have in the middle, and those movements are influenced by the moon sun position, like happened in the marine tide. We have a sort of crust tide. In the cave, we have in the ground.
After dinner, we returned to the guest house.